In this video, I presented you the importance of becoming the magician of the story you tell in order to create the life you want to live. At this point, you may be wondering, how? The sensation of being stuck that I felt for so long had a lot to do with the fact that I would focus a lot on the how for so long. The fact is, the how isn't my business. The universe will provide with the how once I will focus on the what and the why. To do so, I put an effort to spot around me examples of people who actually are the type of person I would like to be. A person who knows what they want and most of all why, and therefore they act with consequence. This was possible through a practical exercise, my board. Every time I sit at my desk, I have in front of me my board. Through the principle of This Exists by Abraham Hicks, I picked some real examples of people, places, experiences, and I circled the elements they have in common in specific areas such as lifestyle, career, relationships, spirituality, home, travels, aesthetic. So this is how I was able to pinpoint what I want and why. Now I know that my purpose in life is to express myself, to connect myself with others, to heal, to grow, to communicate in order to share my journey. To get specific and to get practical through my exercise, I was able to discover that for me, career and lifestyle are the same, and they both relate to the concept of travel as much as they relate with the concept of home. This is to say, I want to live a life in which I am my own home. Whatever I do, whenever, wherever I go, my dream and my purpose is to make my lifestyle my career. This is possible by staying in alignment with my values. My values are love and spirit. To me, love means to infuse devotion and dedication in each area I feel called to create a place I can belong to and I can commit to within myself. To live a life in agreement with the spirit instead, to me, means to act upon intuition, intention, and inspiration. These are my what and my why. Now it is time to ask the question, how? Well, all I can do about the how is to stay consistent and coherent. This is what I mean with aesthetic. The overall gaze upon my life and how I live my life, and an overall gaze upon myself. Trying to act in agreement with myself, to stay coherent and consistent with myself. This is the aesthetic I wanna live my life through. As I gazed at this glimpse of the life I want to live, who I am and who I would like to be through my board, I realized that I follow as a guide examples of creative people. People who made of creation the path to make a living. They made of creation how they live life. What they do exists because they exist. And I came to this realization almost as an act of surrender. I can be no one else but me. And this is who I am. And I realized what a profound act of rebellion this is. Because in conversations, people often ask me questions like, how can you be happy at the moment? What are the reasons for this happiness? And I get it, maybe because I am single, I am broke, I have no money, no job. The point is, I realized that I don't need reasons to be happy. And this is because my happiness doesn't have to do with a specific need. It has to do with desires. Desires are the ones which drive to self-realizations. Desires are all about realization. You realize a desire. Instead, you satisfy a need. A need is sterile. Needs are satisfied, and once they are satisfied, they are done, they are gone. Desires instead are fertile. Desires are all about fulfillment, self-fulfillment. From desires, words are created, like dreams are created, they are fulfilled. In this sense, I want to make a living by creating my life, living my life, telling my story through my narration. I want to create myself. And today we talk a lot about content creation, yet technology evolves, and today AI can create content as well. What it can't do is to tell stories. And this is because AI produces from pre-existing premises. It can't create from nothing. Humans can. Humans can create from nothing. They can create through the simple act of living. They create a unique life by living it. Vanessa Lau talks about this concept in multiple videos, and she also has one video in which she talks about how to use AI to make sure it serves human creativity and not vice versa. I think it is so interesting, and I love how she speaks about the concept of a personal brand as well in some videos of hers, so make sure to check them out as well. Today we also talk a lot about personal brands, but I want to talk about a persona brand. Through communication, through condivision, I want to create a narration about me, about my persona. I want to document my journey to represent who I am and who I become as a persona along my journey.